I do ask you to pray for our country every day. We have a ballot initiative coming up now in November here in Ohio, which is extremely important. It'll spell the difference whether or not Ohio still remains essentially I would say, a pro-life state, pro-life in the true Catholic sense of the word, or whether it basically sells its soul to the abortionist. The abortionists of all stripes in Ohio and outside of Ohio actually are focusing on this state to try to write into the Constitution of the state of Ohio a so-called right to put unborn babies to death, a right to kill babies in the womb, abortion. They euphemistically refer to it as the Reproductive Freedom Act, and it's neither, of course, reproductive, nor is it freedom at all. Quite the contrary, but all of this is based on a lie in any case. But they want to write into the Constitution this would write W-R-I-T-E, a right R-I-G-H-T, to an abortion, so that no one can stop it. Of course, what is hidden in all this, what is missing from all this language, is the mention of any rights or authority of parents. And so basically, parents are being written out of the formula entirely, everywhere, with regard to, a matter of transgendering children, matters of aborting children, and so on. Parents' rights are being eliminated. And that's exactly what the pro-abortionists want. They want the children in their own hands. Some of you might have seen the movie The Sound of Freedom. If you haven't, I do recommend that you see it. It's distressing, and it's distressing because it is real. We have to understand that the buying and selling of children for the gravely immoral, perverted pleasures of evil men and women, but mostly men, that this is simply an extension of the whole idea of abortion. It begins with abortion, in considering the life of the child to be expendable, something that should be sacrificed for the individual's convenience, individual's benefit, whatever it might be. People have their own expectations in life and their own plans, and when a child is conceived, and that child somehow is perceived to be an obstacle to the grown-ups, as it were, plans for himself or herself, then they see nothing wrong with putting the child to death. And the whole idea that a child's life can be used in this way, or abused in this way, or eliminated in this way, certainly lends itself to the very next step, and that is, well, if you can murder a child in the womb, for the sake of my convenience and my prosperity or my plans, why not use a child who's alive and use that child's life to serve my perverted fetishes? In other words, all of this is of a piece. It all goes together. It's all based on the same ideas, follows the same principles, and ultimately leads to the same horrible, horrible conclusions. And so we have to fight this with every fiber in our being here, especially the moral fiber being. So I'm asking you to join the 54-day Rosary Novenas that have already begun, but there are also coming others in the future in stages. There are those who have begun the 54-day Rosary Novena on the feast of August 15th, the Assumption of Our Lady. That Rosary Novena, begun on August 15th, will conclude on the Feast of the Holy Rosary on October 7th. Those who were not able to start the Rosary Novena on August 15th, have been invited to begin the Rosary Novena today, August 22nd, the Feast of the Immaculate Heart of Mary. And that will take their Rosary Novena to October 14th, I believe it is. And there is yet a third 54-day Rosary Novena beginning on September 15th, I believe that is, the feast of the Seven Sorrows of Our Blessed Mother. And that will actually conclude the day before the vote, on November 7th. The vote will be November 8th. That will determine whether or not Ohio will basically sell its soul to the abortionists and, well, all the rest. They feel that if they can get this vote through, they can basically have their way with anything. They can get Ohioans to vote for virtually anything. And we would expect that after that would come votes on transgendering children in the schools and so on without any parental control or even knowledge. They intend to drive this all the way through. They want the perversion to be complete. And they want to have free hand, free reign. They say they're coming for the children. They are here. And they're already taking the children now. I'd say that the movie The Sound of Freedom makes that very clear. So in any case, I do ask you to pray for our country. Please pray for the state of Ohio, that its people make the right decision. And that decision that they make on November 8th will be just a step of many steps in the right direction now. So please do keep all these intentions in your prayers.